Hi. So colleges are supposed to be all ages, and it's supposed to have every subject, which includes Biblical Doctor Genius, which deals with metal skeletons, clones, natural remedies, medicine, inventions, and more for those who qualify for that advanced level of the medical field, and whatever else not mentioned. I got forced to go to those illegal schools, like high school, some call those places and locations. And my teacher was telling every student to do a history report, not a biblical, but one based on world history, which means some of those stories aren't really that accurate. There is different ones to go ahead and pick one or more regarding whichever character you choose. I chose Adolf Hitler. There is different stories told. um One of them is when supposedly he intentionally went after mental health representatives, fake doctors, fake nurses, and criminal peasants in general in that circle of retards. Supposedly, they killed his mother, his biological birth mommy, and a lie detector test will determine and verify if she qualified to live. And what's really the truth about that story, if it is even true at all, I don't know. There's another story of Adolf Hitler, where supposedly people are accusing him of being a sicko that went after everyone and just killed peasant princesses and princes all together, like victims and victimizers, as if they're the same thing. And then another story is that he went after victims only. And there's another story where he went after victimizers only, of all ages, babies, kids, teens, and adults that belong disintegrated. Supposedly that is what that was really about. I didn't really find stories that match. There's several of them if you look into it on the internet and writing and books at the library. So I chose to do that report, and I was going to share with the class the different stories and the different fact versus fiction. And obviously the 100% true story automatically gets put into biblical education. So maybe it's even documented there. I don't know. I didn't get into that. I didn't have access. And I made a poster board with images of that war and that time with swastikas and everything. Then my teacher said, Rachel, let me see how much you got done. She wanted to do like a preview. And she said, that's not allowed. I said, what's not allowed? She said, the swastikas. You need to take that off. I said, then I can't do the report. That is what the Adolf Hitler thing is about. That'd be like some idiot doing a report on what some call the American flag, and she says you can't include it. You have to show what is going on. Which brings me to that retarded flag. It's just a fashion print, and somebody might prefer more stars on their flag. Those stars do not represent any place or location. The cults pretend they do. George Washington Investments will give anybody their resources, even with no stars on the flag. Duh. That's all he is, an investment company. Based on what he has access to, he can give people their resources, and animals even also. And whoever else, whatevs. This is what I'm talking about. Uneducated retards stealing educational positions to only put part of the truth or none at all. Like, come on, back to the Adolf Hitler report. How would anybody do it without the swastikas? It doesn't make any sense. These teachers get jealous of me because I'm smarter than them and I want to put more truth out there. I am qualified to be a teacher. I'm not trying to be one. Students are supposed to be working together like we're all educational representatives. Yeah, and some teachers don't like to be put in their place about it's illegal what they're doing. And she was pregnant. If she wasn't raped and she's multiplying intentionally, she automatically is not allowed to be there also. So that's like 2 crimes. Her trying to mess with my assignment to make it look like I'm retarded, and then multiplying and whatever else when everyone is supposed to be on birth control while waiting for the surgical procedure. This is what I'm talking about. These people need to leave the educational positions. They're uneducated and stupid. I just can't handle it. So I end up not doing the report because it's impossible to do it that way. You have to include all the details and all the facts. And then she told me I'm racist. No, I'm not racist. Just like Adolf Hitler wasn't really racist. And if he was racist, it's against peasants. Unless the other stories are true, maybe he is racist against princes and princesses or everybody. I don't know. Once again, there's lie detector test. Maybe one day I'll get to know the true story of it. Until then, that's why I stick with biblical education, to know those stories are 100% fact. But I found out some versions of the Holy Bible aren't completely true. And there's other ways to find out. I do freestyle praying and remix and mixes of biblical education of all religions, all the gods and goddesses, kings and queens, and spiritually and electronically through films, fashion art, etc. in person or look around. There's many ways to know biblical education, like Back When My Soul Was Made is another form of it. And this is what I'm talking about. When I go all out on a report, a lot of teachers don't want me doing it at all. Or when I do like my own fashion designs, they want to keep me hidden, like I don't exist, saying, oh, good for you. Well, then those people don't belong there. This also goes with Donna Dickens, Dee Dee, at Orange Coast College. I already brought it to her attention. Not only did she not promote me for my designs or reach out to fashion companies or even have Pete the Pirate at Orange Coast College in Costa Mesa, California, also known as the Island of Dreaming and the Land of Dreams, Go Pirates, promote my designs, and they're publicly known. I have them on my webpage and more. Then she starts crying about, oh, well, I used to be a student, Rachel, and nobody promoted me for Chanel. Then she can reach out to them herself as a teacher. Supposedly, they automatically have some kind of access to these people. Students should have access too. It's illegal. This is what I'm talking about. I've already reached out to the Disney company, Barbie company, like the doll, Playboy Bunny, again, Disney company, Lisa Frank, and other companies and churches of all religions and whatever and whoever else not mentioned. Presidential and higher supposed representatives, no one's doing anything. It's disgusting what's going on. Criminal peasants of all kinds continue to try to take over. Some call themselves mental health representatives. Some call themselves gang members, or all the above. Some people are that different kinds of people in between where they fall into all those categories. There is different levels of peasants in that circle. And criminals, they're not all the same, but they are all committing crimes of some kind. And all their sentences are different. Anyways, eventually I'm just going to get a lie detector test and help put more truth out there. And I already do, based on what I do know, or I'll base it on fantasy versus reality, and then put out the facts versus fiction. And overall, justice over justify. That's supposed to be happening. That's a real law. And I'm too smart for this, and to be forced to be slow and stupid and retarded and be forced to do things incorrect is illegal. And those type of things are going on at some places of education because of fake educational representatives. Then they say, well, look what I do outside the school. And it's completely normal what they're doing outside the school. Then why aren't they doing that at the school? Why are they forcing this abuse on students? I don't understand. There's mental health representatives at my school, fake doctors. They're calling themselves doctors. I asked them, do you know what a doctor is, just in case they might be some retard that got forced in that field to identify as one? Maybe they really don't have the education. So I broke it down. I said real doctors are biblical doctor geniuses. They deal with metal skeletons, clones, real medicine, natural remedies, necessary procedures, inventions, education, resources, and more. And this retard wants to talk about psych meds and mental hospitals. What a fucking idiot. I told him he's in the wrong place. He needs to get disintegrated. Or go to a prison while waiting for a disintegration date. Either way, deported. This is illegal. What's going on? Again, I am Rachel Michelle McLean, born at 694 West Wilson Street in Costa Mesa, California, biblically speaking, in the land of dreams. January 15th, 1986 is my birthday. And I'm entitled to a higher education and all my resources. My daughter needs to get rescued. Her name on her birth certificate is Angelina Rachel Holloway, born February 9th of 2006 at Fountain Valley Regional Hospital in Fountain Valley, California. This is very illegal what's going on. Me and her and others, we've been abducted off and on our whole lives, drugged, raped, molested, put off and on in the streets, belongings being stolen, and random dysfunctional things I can't even always put into words happening out of nowhere. So, my daughter needs to get rescued, and we both need our resources, regardless of what they are, and everybody is entitled to their own resources individually. That is what presidential and higher representatives do when they're in position to do so. I might qualify as higher than presidential, but I'm not in a position to do more, or I would. And it's because peasant criminals keep preventing me. Because they're jealous. Duh. Sparkles, prayers, victims, dreaming, rescues them from victimizers' nightmares. 24/7. Like dreams come true. If they're supposed to. Duh. Bye.